Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Brent, and today we have a forgotten, abandoned Toyota MR2 for you. Now before we hop into the car and the backstory on it, I just want to take a second to wish you guys all a very happy new year. We are so excited for what we have to come in 2022, especially in January and February. We've had some crazy cars come to us in the last week that we cannot wait for you guys to see. We have something that there are so few videos of this car on the entirety of YouTube, and the fact that we had this brought to us and we get to make a video for you guys detailing it out of a barn, it's absolutely nuts. And then we also have some other really cool stuff, so I would recommend taking a second and subscribing to the channel with your notifications on, because you guys do not want to miss our videos over the next couple months. They're going to be absolutely insane. But talking a little bit about this Toyota, because that's what you guys are here to see right now. The only backstory we really have on this car is that the guy who originally owned it is now going into a nursing home, and he left it outside for X amount of years. I don't have an exact number, but somehow this car became involved in an estate sale, and the owner of it now heard about it and ended up getting it actually for free. So I don't really know too many details or the intricacies of how it happened, but either way, I do know that the owner owns a wrap shop, so what I was told are that his future plans with the car are to get the car running again, and he's going to also wrap the paint. But we had our work cut out for us on this one, because sitting outside in these Ohio winters, it was sitting underneath a tree, so it collected dirt, it collected snow, and we ended up later finding a mouse nest, which I think is the biggest mouse nest we've ever found in a car, so you guys will see that as well. But I want to hop into the question of the video real quick, so leave your answers in the comments below. What is your main New Year's resolution going into the new year? For me, my New Year's resolution is to be more productive and get more things done during the day. What are your New Year's resolutions? Leave them in the comments below. So starting the detail, the first thing we did was the exterior, and we began with the wheels. And from a detailer's perspective, this is kind of something that I've noticed, at least in my past before I was a detailer, and I've noticed other people missing as well. When you clean your wheels, you want to make sure that you have a quality wheel brush and a quality tire brush, because I used to not actually use any kind of brushes on my wheels and tires, and I always found that they would be dirty afterwards, and that is the number one reason why. You want to make sure that you scrub them down, because if you don't agitate them, you're not going to get that dirt off. But I promise you guys, if you take an extra 5 to 10 minutes on your wheels, it's going to make the outcome of your detail 100,000 times better. And you can rest assured knowing that when your car dries, there's not going to still be dirt or brake dust left over that you might have missed, because it might look good when it's wet, but as soon as everything dries, you're going to notice all the things that you missed. Now after the wheels, we went ahead and moved on to the frunk and the trunk. I guess this front compartment held the battery and the back compartment held the engine. I don't really know too much about this car. If you guys have any kind of knowledge on this car, please leave some comments down below, because this is actually my first time even seeing one in person. I do know that it's a mid-engine car, but other than that, there's really not much that I know. So I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this have a lot more info that I would love to learn. But our thought process here is that we wanted to get this as clean as possible, because again, this car has not been on the road in a very long time, and it's going to be a while until it is again. So the first thing we did was make sure there were no electrical currents running through this car, and if you check, there's obviously no battery there connected, so we were able to clean this with a power washer, because it's going to sit for quite a while before any kind of electrical current is going to be run to it through a battery. So we used the same technique for the front and the back, using a degreaser and a brush, and then we used our power washer to clean it all away. And then we also used air to blow out all that extra water and make sure that it was completely dry at the end. Now moving on to the paint of the car, it's clearly obvious that it's covered in a thick layer of dirt, so the first thing that we did was spray the entire car down with our degreaser and let it soak for only a couple seconds before we started spraying it off, and it was instantly satisfying. Just watching all the dirt come off was so awesome to see, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. So since the owner's going to be wrapping this car, we figured we'd go ahead and take the wing off and clean underneath it for him, because when you wrap a car, he's going to have to take it off anyways, and we knew it was going to be disgusting underneath, and we're glad we did because there was a ton of dirt under there. So we took it off, we cleaned it, clay barred it, polished it, and then put it back on for him. And we kind of just did that because we knew when he gets to it, it's just going to make his life a lot easier. So while washing the car, we were having a lot of trouble in this specific region of the hood where there was some sap from the tree that it was sitting under for so long that honestly would not come off the paint. We tried so many different solutions to try to get it off, and we were trying to use the least abrasive ways to get it out, but it would not work. So we actually have a clay mitt that goes on the Rupes buffer, and I don't know if you guys have seen this before. It's actually really cool, but we were able to use it to clay bar the car, and we were using it on a very low setting, so it wasn't adding too much marring or swirls into the paint. But because we're going to be polishing the paint to get rid of the oxidation, that wasn't really a thing on our mind anyways. But I know we've never shown you guys this method of clay barring before because we very, very rarely use it, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to show you. Now moving on to the interior, the first thing we did was take the T-tops off and set them aside, and we pulled the seats out. That way we could get in there and vacuum the carpets, and right after that we found literally the biggest mouse nest we've ever found in a car. Now for the rest of the interior with the plastics and anything else, we went ahead and we used our all-purpose cleaner with our steamer and a soft bristle brush. We use the same thing pretty much every single time, but I always feel like I should explain it anyways. But if any of you are watching this and you're deciding that you want to get into detailing or you want to do your own cars at home every so often, I highly recommend getting a steamer. It makes your time so much more efficient. It makes it a lot less time to do the detail, and I honestly think it's a lot more sanitary at the end. So look into getting a good steamer. We use the McCulloch 1275, I believe. So that is definitely something that you should be looking into. Okay, so moving on to the extraction, I want you guys to take a good look at how bad these carpets were beforehand, because even I was surprised how amazing they turned out. I did not expect the result that we got. But honestly, all we used was extractor soap with hot water in the extractor and our drill brush. It was literally that simple, and somehow, after doing a couple passes, we got amazing results. So for the floor mats on our TikTok, I actually saw a comment telling us to try out this little rake tool instead of using either the Lily brush or the Anilan, some of those pet hair tools. And it said that it would not only save time, but save my wrists. And honestly, I'm not even joking. I think this is one of my favorite tools I've used so far for carpets and floor mats and stuff, because it really did a good job at getting them a lot cleaner than the other ones would and a lot quicker. So we're going to keep testing them out, and if it's something that we want to keep using, we'll definitely recommend you guys purchase them in the future.